Good morning. Welcome. Good morning to you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Wednesday, March 1st. It is a new month. It is Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. And on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling, I want to welcome you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us again. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whether you are catching us later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, or later in the year, we want to welcome you on this morning to Purpose Journey Counseling LLC Reloaded. And we just got finished observing Black History Month, and now it is actually Women's History Month. So this month, y'all should already know. If anybody that knows me, I'm really excited when it comes to women. And women empowerment and things like that. So we're going to be doing some amazing things this month. So we definitely will be doing that. But I do want to welcome you on this morning. Again, thank you for joining us. My name is Dr. Natatu North, and I am the owner and therapist of Purpose Journey Counseling LLC, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So again, it is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And the YouTube link for this broadcast is posted on Instagram. So we do ask that you take just a few moments to like this broadcast. Please like our pages. Please follow us on your preferred social media platform. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, whether you watch us on YouTube or not. Let's share this broadcast and interact and engage in the comments section. So again, good morning. I want to share these two numbers as I do when we're together, just to make sure you have these numbers readily available for yourself or anyone else. The first number is the number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. This number is 24/7. So please store this number in your phone. And then there's also the number for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988. This number is also 24/7, and you can text this number as well. So please make sure you have this information stored in your phone. Just never know if you need it or someone else. So again, we thank you so much for joining us on this first day of March, on this first day of Women's History Month. I just love it to go from Black history to women's history. It's going to be a great month. It's going to be a great month. But today is Wednesday, so we do have our Wednesday wisdom on Wednesdays. So today I want to talk about a very important concept, something that's, like I share all the time, stuff that just keeps coming up in my sessions. A lot of times I'm like, yep, this will be a good one. This will be a good one. Something to continue on. And today I want to talk about this word perspective. Perspective. Whew, that is a great word. It's a big word when you think about it, not because of how many letters it has in it, but it's a big word because it's a very big concept. You know, it's something that is very, very important to people. And sometimes we don't even realize how important perspective is. Perspective has the power to shift an entire culture, a mindset, a day, an opportunity, a situation. Perspective, I'm going to go to this first one. Perspective is everything. It is absolutely everything. How you choose, because it is a choice. Your perspective is a choice. The situation might not be something that you have control over. The situation may be something, excuse me, that you're having to deal with because it's something that you're facing. It might not be a situation that you've created. It might be something that actually is existing or is happening around you, or even, to you. It's affecting you. But how you choose to handle it, how you choose to look at the situation, how you choose to deal with the situation is everything. It's so important. And those things are choices. So put this back up. We're talking about perspective. It's a choice how I choose to view a rainy day. And I use it as an example often just because I particularly don't necessarily like rain unless I'm at home in my bed when it's raining. That's very peaceful. It never happens that way. But how I choose to handle that. Oh, well, it's going to be a rainy day, but it's okay. We need the rain. The earth needs the rain too. We need the sun. I can choose to shift my perspective on what is going on around me. I can make a choice to say, you know what? I'm going to be positive in the situation, even though I don't necessarily like it, even though I don't necessarily agree with what is going on around me, even though it might not necessarily be something that I like. I can actually make a choice to say, you know what, it's going to still be a good day. And so perspective may not be what you actually see, but it's what you choose to see. This is a powerful statement because sometimes we choose to see what's not there, what didn't happen at all, and it's just totally off. That's why perspective is everything. Because, we oftentimes talk about a negative situation or a situation we might view as being negative. So we change our perspective to make it positive. Well, sometimes we make positive situations negative by our perspective, or we sometimes even intentionally choose to be combative, and we choose to have a problem with a situation or a person because our perspective on the situation or the person is not quite what it ought to be. So it is what you choose to see. It is how you choose to navigate that situation based off of you, not necessarily even, I will say the facts, but again, it's all within context though, because it's not creating a false narrative. It's not, deciding to say, oh, well, if it's really this, I'm going to just completely act like that didn't happen. No, it's not that, but it's just how I choose to deal with it, how I choose to deal with maybe some bad news that I just got, or finding out that something might be a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I could sit and sulk in that. I could sit and be angry about that, or I can decide that, you know what, I'm going to try to learn something from the situation. I'm going to try to do something different in this situation, given the circumstances. I'm not going to allow the circumstances to control my mind. I'm not going to allow the circumstances to have me now doing things that I shouldn't be doing, or even thinking things that I shouldn't be thinking. Why? Because it all starts in the mind. It all starts in the mind. What they say, free your mind, invoke song, free your mind, and the rest will follow. It's so true. It is true. Because if you could get in your mind what you're going to, if I decide in my mind that I am going to have a great day, then I'm going to have a great day. If I decide in my mind that I am choosing peace over drama, then guess what? I'm going to have a peaceful life, because that's something that I've decided in my mind. But on the flip side, if I decide in my mind that I'm going to focus on the negative, I'm going to dwell on the past, I'm going to hold grudges, or I'm going to be this way or be that way, then everything else is going to crumble underneath me. Sometimes the reason why we are struggling in life is not so much because nothing bad is happening to us, because face it, we all face difficult situations, but sometimes we're so focused on the difficulty that everything starts to crumble underneath us. So how you respond to the people, places, and things around you is more important than what happens to you. It's kind of like your attitude is your altitude. I believe is what it said. Yeah, I believe is what the quote was. Or life is like 90% attitude, perspective. It really is. How you choose to respond is more important than what happens. Stuff does happen, and yes, some stuff is horrific. It's not minimizing any of it. However, it's how we choose to respond. What perspective are you choosing to take towards some of those difficult situations in your life? What perspective are you choosing to have over that situation? Maybe something that you've been struggling with for a very long time. What perspective are you having? If it's your health, what perspective are you taking? Even if the doctor tells you, well, you got to do this, or you're this, or you're that, you're on the verge of this, you're borderline this and that. Okay, what perspective are you taking towards that? Are we going to sit and sulk and complain and say, oh, my doctor told me I need to lose 25 pounds? Or are you going to say, you know what? I want to be healthy. I'm going to go ahead and lose 25 pounds so that I can be healthier for the life that I want to have. So again, when we're talking about what are you looking at and what are you focusing on the negative will hinder your ability to see the good. It just will, and again, it's not dismissing it. No, there's some things that have happened or are happening right now we need to heal from, we need to be able to process. But if we only focus on what is bad, you can't see what is good, because you're only looking for what is bad. It's like if you look at a person and the only thing you want to find is their flaws. If you only focus on their flaws, you'll never see the good in the person, because all you're looking at is what's wrong with them. So it's the same thing with a situation. So it's being able to keep moving forward, to keep trudging ahead, to keep walking, to keep moving even when you're not necessarily sure if this is going to turn out the best way, but your perspective is telling you, you know what? Yes, I may not see it. I may not feel it. I may not get it. I may even sometimes have to continue to convince myself. However, I am going to keep on forging ahead. I'm going to keep on doing what I need to do. Why? Because it is important to be able to seek the light even when you cannot see it. It's knowing that the light is there, like the light at the light at the end of the tunnel. You know that it's there, even if you haven't even seen the tunnel. My perspective tells me, you know what? It's there. It's going to be, I just got to get there. It's there. I just got to get there. I got to get there. So I have to keep moving. I have to make sure that my perspective lines up with where I want to go. We say we want to live successful lives. We say we want to do all these great things, but our perspectives are jacked up. Well, you better shift your perspective. You know, if you're kind of looking at your life, again, it's not minimizing what we go through, but if you want to look at your life, and what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on negative? Are you seeking light? Are you trying to do those things? What are you really looking at? What are you trying to do? That's going to help you see where you can really go. Because if you're really only looking at everything that's bad that keeps happening, then you're probably going to stay in that rut of bad stuff happening. But if you can look at it and say, you know what, there's been a lot of stuff happening, but I'm still seeking this light. I'm still forging ahead towards this light because I know this light is there. I can't see it, but I know it's there. That's faith. I know it's there. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. Why? Because your latter will be greater than your former. Period. Your latter will be greater. Bible tells us that your latter will be greater. That means what's coming is better than what is now. What's coming is better than what is past. So you just have to keep on pushing, work on your perspective. Again, it's not saying it's a simple thing to do. Sometimes it's very, very challenging, but perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. So we are working on our perspective today. We are trying to shift our perspective, do some evaluation. You know, I love self-reflection. Self-reflect today and let's see what are some of the things that we need to really be shifting our perspective on today so that we can really truly get not just to where we want to be, but where God wants us to be. So that is our Wednesday wisdom for this morning. I've got information I need to share in these next few minutes. So just a reminder, we do have our Monday messages and Wednesday wisdom weekly at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week. And then we do have our podcast. I'm going to show the regular flyer because I want to show the real one for this month. But we do have our podcast hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Natatu every first Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's the flyer for this month. This is actually in 4 days. Yes, I'm clapping. 4 days. We are having our episode 10, Mental Health in Black Men, the Silent Killer. We are going to have 3 phenomenal Black men. Can you say phenomenal men? I'm going to say phenomenal. Or, yeah, because we usually say phenomenal women. So, but we're going to say 3, we'll say 3 incredible. We'll say 3 incredible Black Christian men who are going to be our guest panelists for this Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to be discussing mental health, Black men, mental health, all those types of things. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but that's the topic. That is the topic. That is the title. You do not want to miss this. So please, please, please invite, share, please be on, even if you're not a Black man, if you know a Black man, even if you don't know a Black man, join us anyway. Join us anyway. Is going to be my perspective on this. Is going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing discussion because I know all 3 of these men and they've got some things to say and we need to let them speak. So I'm just going to say that please, 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 please join us. Join us on Sunday. It's definitely going to be needed. So tag your uncles, your cousins, your sons, your grandsons, grandfathers, whatever, doesn't matter. It's for every age. Women as well need to hear this because as we are around, we circle our men, we do all these things, but we also sometimes don't understand what they're dealing with, what they're going through. They're going to talk about it on Sunday. So I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I'm excited. I'm extremely excited about Sunday. So thank you so much. But our tag for Purpose Journey Counseling is to be loving, be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional towards others as well as towards yourselves. So please, 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 let's do those things. And again, we do thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put the plug in again. We will see you on Sunday for our podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Invite and share. We'll make sure we post the flyer again over the course of the next few days so that you can keep sharing. You can't share too much. You can't tag too many people. So keep sharing, keep tagging, keep inviting and sharing. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday filled with wisdom and blessings and love.